Alright, so we'll take a little drive and talk about some other things here. Hopefully the sun doesn't mess with our picture too much here as we're driving. But I don't know how good that sound quality is in the car, but this is normal mode with the track exhaust, so if you can hear that exhaust here in the cabin. And on that note, we'll talk about the active exhaust. Should you get it or should you not? I am a fan of the active exhaust. I think it's worth the money to pay for the active exhaust. Before, when I've bought sports cars, you know, the rumble is there when you buy it from the factory, but it's just not what you want. And so you end up, you go down to the muffler shop, you put some Flowmasters, some Magnaflows, whatever, Corsa, whatever exhaust you put on there, you go out and spend the money. I think if you're that kind of guy, I think the active exhaust would suffice. If you're that guy that when you buy a sports car, the only thing you really change or the only thing you want is an exhaust, I think the active exhaust would satisfy your need in that and you not have to make that upgrade. Especially if you do just the little upgrade of taking the resonator out, which I have not done yet, but that does, from just all the research and stuff that I've watched on that, that makes the sound difference. And if you get the active exhaust, keep the active exhaust and just do the resonator delete, that may satisfy you and save you and possibly save you some money there. Another feature or another package per se that you can get in the Mustang, and that's on this Mustang, is the PP1, the Performance Pack 1. Do you spend the extra money for the Performance Pack? And this is where I'm kind of on the fence, because maybe if I knew that I was going to do some of the modifications that I plan on doing to the car, I might have not have gone with Performance Pack 1. Really, to me, the only reason why I have a Performance Pack 1 is because I like the look of it. I like the black wheels. I like the spoiler, and that's really about it. The other, you know, you get some suspension upgrades, and you get the gauges here in the center and things like that with the Performance Pack 1. But so if you're going to heavily modify the car, one, you may just go with a base model, but if you want your creature comforts, go with the premium. Might not necessarily go with the Performance Pack, because a lot of the guys that are going to do the all-out mods are going to get the new suspension springs. They're going to put the aftermarket spoiler on the back. Guess what? You're going to put different wheels on here. So right now the summer tires are on here. I already had to go out and buy some all seasons to ride in the winter, and not everybody does that. Some people ride through the winter with their summer tires, but we went ahead and got all seasons. And now, to make the ease of switching those out, I bought new wheels, and so I've already switched all that stuff out and made those changes. And I paid the extra money for the Performance Pack. So it may be one of those things where you just get maybe a premium Mustang and then do your changes as far as some of the aftermarket appearance mods and things like that. You know, a lot of people are buying the Mustangs, and some of the first things they do, which we did, was buy the blacked out emblems. Well, Ford has a blackout package where you get black wheels and you get black emblems. So, and you can get that in a premium package. So maybe the blacked out decals, they were 160 something bucks just for the emblems. And so that's, to me, that's a lot to spend. They may charge you more on the factory. I don't know what the sticker price on those is, but you know, it's just something you can get already on the car. You can get in a premium and then make your changes from there. So Performance Pack, I think if you're gonna buy the car and really not do anything to it, and you like the look of the Performance performance pack, go with the performance pack. But if you're going to do a lot of mods and stuff on the car anyway, like I said, I think I would have gone with maybe just gone with a premium package GT, and then did my appearance mods, you know, the spoiler, the chin spoilers, things like that. You know, we're probably going to end up putting different springs in here. That's part of, I think you get stiffer springs, at least front springs in the performance pack. And so if we're going to end up changing out the springs, that's something that was a meaningless upgrade from the factory anyway that we're getting. Track is really not the thing for me, and drag really not either. I mean, like, it is our family car, and we're just doing the drag for fun. It's not something that, you know, I plan on doing every weekend in the car. We're just trying to have fun with the car overall, and actually enjoy it for what it was made for. While we're using it as a family ride, we know we're going to get our enjoyment out of it as well. And so that's what we're trying to do with it. It's just my personal opinion, putting it out there. For those of you guys, I've seen a lot of people comment on YouTube videos. Man, you know, and not my YouTube videos, because I only have 50 subscribers, so obviously people aren't. But on other people's big Mustang channels, people, oh man, you make me want to get a new Mustang and blah blah blah. So I'm just putting this out there so that it helps you. It could help you make that decision on whether or not you know, you pull the trigger and get the new Mustang or not. And when you do go out looking, some of the features that you may want to consider either leaving off the car or putting on the car. It all depends on what you want. And I think if you know, if you're just one of those guys that buys a factory or stock car and leaves it, you know, you may want to go for some of the higher end, you know, a PP1 or something like that, the premium interior. But if you're a guy that's gonna all out mod the car, and you know it's used, I mean, you may daily it, but you're gonna use it at the drag and stuff a lot, you know, you may want to go with more of a base model and do your upgrades, and not waste the money with the factory stuff from the dealer. Well, I guess we can show you just a real quick example, maybe, of just interior sound of the different exhaust modes. Okay, so this is going to be a takeoff in quiet mode. Probably a 0-60 there in quiet mode. Significant difference in exhaust note. Alright, this will be a 0-60 in normal exhaust mode. Already you can hear just a little bit of, I can hear a little bit of difference there in that exhaust note. The normal will give you just that little bit of rumble on takeoff, but just cruising it is, you know, pretty quiet. Ooh, got a Shelby up here. Oh yeah, it gave me the thumbs up, baby. I love that color. Woo, that's sweet. Okay, here's gonna be the sport mode. Again, just another tick up on exhaust note on the takeoff. Now, of course, this exhaust note, this is sport exhaust in normal drive mode, and I think there's a difference definitely in the exhaust note from normal driving mode, sport mode exhaust, and sport mode drive mode, and sport mode exhaust. And just sitting here idling in track mode, you can hear the idle rumble. That's going to be your most aggressive exhaust note in track mode. Once again, normal drive mode, track exhaust. Now what we'll do is we'll switch into sport mode. So now that we're in sport drive mode with sport exhaust, you're gonna hear those downshifts as I come to a stop. This is sport driving mode, sport exhaust mode. That's the fun mode. It really is. It makes the car feel different. With the exhaust node, it makes you, gives you the feel of being in a sports car. There you go. Got some of the revs on that. Alright, now we're going to switch to track, which will give you the warning C track, or 4-track UC manual. But this is going to turn off the traction control as well. Still give you the shift point differences. Also going to get the downshift revs. Just keep you in the power band. That's something you really got to get used to when you're driving, because it downshifts. It pushes you. It's keeping you in downshifting hard and keeping you in that power band. So it makes you, there's a lot of jerkiness in the driving if you're just going to drive around town like that. So it's something that can be fun, but like I said, sometimes in the end, it kind of gets annoying driving around town. And so I just like having my exhaust mode and then and just drive in the normal mode, so I don't have to worry about the shiftiness of the shifting. It sounds good. Like I said, it can be really fun. You got all your climate control settings. With it being the premium edition, we have the heated and cooled seats. Cooled seats, oh man, I remember back in the day, when I had my old Cobra Mustang, my 98, the leather seats, first time I ever had leather seats, and in Texas, man, the sweat that you would get just being in your car, whether the air conditioner was on or not, it was just one of those things you had to deal with. Air conditioned seats with leather seats are awesome in the summertime, and they help keep you cool, and they help from you getting sweaty in places you don't like to be sweaty in with the leather seating. Heated steering wheel, awesome in the winter. When your hands are cold and you get in the car, heated seats are cool too. A lot of times they get too hot and you end up having to turn them off when you combine the heat and the heated steering wheel and all that kind of stuff. The heated seats a lot of times are too hot for me and you end up turning them off. But they're good initially to get kind of that warm, cozy feeling. And you end up turning them on. And a lot of times I leave the heated steering wheel on. It just feels good on your hands and stuff like that. So some neat features there. So just one last thing really too. I did mention the tick. And that I did experience it. I watched videos, and it was before I made the YouTube channel, because it was about 900 miles, so I didn't document it, on video. But it was there about 900 miles. That was before my first oil change. The first oil change was at about 1,500. Right now, I'm at 5,435, and I'm about to do another oil change. And so I did add the Ceratec when I changed the oil. Like I said, I noticed it about 900, It was on the cold starts. It would go away once the engine warmed up. At about 1,500 miles is when I did the first oil change. I went to 5W30 full synthetic. I added the bottle of Ceratec then because I figured it couldn't hurt, and I wanted to be safe. Since I've added that Ceratec, there's been no issues with any kind of tick at all. And like I said, I'm about to come up on my next oil change. I'm going to change the oil. I'm going to use the same 5W30 full synthetic that I used before. And I won't be putting any more Ceratec in it. I'm just going to leave it and see what it does and let it be. So we'll see what happens as that progresses, and I'll keep you updated on all that stuff. The tick overall it doesn't work to me now. After I've seen everything and read everything, I'm really not concerned with it. We're gonna use the car just like we would. We're gonna send it just like we would on anything else, and I'm confident that the car will be fine. Now, I don't want to end on the note of the tick because ultimately, my last comments. That's my almost 5,500 mile review of the 2019 Mustang, automatic 10's transmission, premium interior, performance pack 1 upgrade. Wonderful car. We've enjoyed it, all 5,400 miles of it. We use it as a family car. It's worked out well. We have small kids, so if you got bigger teenagers, it's not going to work out. There's just not enough room. But car is awesome. We enjoy it. We love driving it. We love the look of it. We've loved doing the appearance modifications to it. We think it's getting better and better every time we do something to it. Just overall, a joy of a car. Definitely has my recommendation. If you're looking to get into a sports car, these Mustangs are amazing. The newer upgraded motors for the 18s and 19s with the direct fuel injection, the 10-speed automatic transmissions, just make these a joy to drive. If you have the opportunity to get in one, I would definitely do it. Not any of the bads or anything that I've mentioned negative about the Mustang is a game changer for me. Would push me one way or the other as to getting a different sports car. It's all just little things of personal preference, personal opinion. Things I would like to see Ford do and give the customers. Just those added little touches, and they've added some. I've pointed some out, but there's just those other little things that I'd like to see Ford do for us. Anyway, so that's my review of the 2019 GT Mustang Performance Pack 1 Premium Upgrade. Please comment if you have any questions, concerns, any input on anything. Leave those comments. I'll get back with you. If you're enjoying the videos, please subscribe. I think we've hit our halfway mark to 100. So thank you guys for doing that. Thanks for the support in that. Give me a thumbs up for the old YouTube analytics. And as always, drop the hammer. Peace out.